This one belongs to the Sooners, 35-30, your final. What a game, really from both quarterbacks, but Dillon Gabriel, 285 yards, a touchdown, 113 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. He really led this team to victory. On the other side, Quinn Ewers, a valiant effort, 346 yards through the air with a touchdown. He did have 2 interceptions, though, and, of course, a fumble early in the game. This one's exciting. I can't wait to break it down. So let's get to the action here in our CBS Sports HQ studio. Haley Sutton and Danny Kanell. We are also joined by our partners at 24/7 Sports, Cooper Petagna and Smoke Dixon. Danny, I'll start with you first, just because you're to my left. This is a crazy game, and you and I watched it unfold in front of us. Your just initial reactions to this OU win.
Wow. Oklahoma's been flying under the radar. You know, they haven't had that signature win. Texas took so much of the national coverage because they went into Tuscaloosa and what they did to Alabama. But on the afternoon, a couple things resonated for me. One, Oklahoma out-physicaled Texas. They were the more physical team. They had the bigger hits. They dominated the line of scrimmage, both sides of the ball, more consistently throughout the game. And I thought Oklahoma was more aggressive, even it evidenced the late game situations. Texas played the clock. They wanted to try to drain as much of it, settled for the field goal. Oklahoma could have done the same thing. Hey, let's play it nice and easy down the field, maybe play it a little safe, take the field goal, go to overtime. No, they go for the jugular. They get it. They got the win. Incredible job for Brent Venables' squad. Dillon Gabriel rushed for 100, threw for 285. He was phenomenal in this game. Wow, did it deliver.
Yeah, let's talk about Dillon Gabriel in this performance. Cooper and Smoke, I want to hand things over to you guys in this one. Just how impressive was Dillon Gabriel in this game? And it's not really surprising when you think about what he's done all season with the Sooners, but today specifically, gentlemen, how impressed were you with his performance?
Well, I think he did a tremendous job. You got to start with the legs. I think that was a part of Oklahoma's game plan that maybe Texas wasn't accounting for. Dillon Gabriel getting loose, rushed for over 100 yards. He had a big game there, super efficient, getting the ball out quick, didn't make that mistake. I think that's what it came down to, maximizing opportunities. They needed that 6 points at the end of the game. He was smart, he was decisive, and at the end of the day, put him ahead.
Yeah, when you look at it, it's 3 turnovers, right? Oklahoma had no turnovers, Texas had 3. That's a big problem right there when you go into a rivalry game. Dillon Gabriel outplayed Quinn Ewers. Both of them played well, but when you get over 100 yards rushing and 300 yards passing, you're now showing everybody in America that I'm ready to play. And he made clutch plays in clutch situations. At the end of the game, big-time play. This kid's name should be in the Heisman Trophy race.
Yeah, I think what you'll see, Smoke, is a change, right? Quinn Ewers was one of those guys that was in the national conversation and top 3 conversation for the Heisman. Dillon Gabriel had kind of been an afterthought. Again, didn't have the opportunity for the moment. Now that he did it on this stage, national television, rivalry game, comes up with a clutch throw to win it. We always want Heisman moments combined with stats. You had both of those in this game. On the season, he's been great, very efficient. And guess what he's going to continue to do? Because Oklahoma's schedule is very, very manageable. That's putting it lightly. He's going to continue to put up a lot of stats. They're going to be probably double-digit favorites for the remainder of the schedule. He should put up monster numbers. Yes, we could see a rematch of this game potentially in the Big 12 championship game, but Dillon Gabriel, I think, I agree with you. He supplanted Quinn Ewers in the Heisman conversation where we sit now.
Yeah, he has just been balling all season. Cooper and Smoke, we're looking at the Oklahoma Sooners' upcoming schedule there on your screen. Just how much does this win for the Sooners set them to finish the season up successfully now that they've got this momentum in this big rivalry game?
Well, it puts them in a great spot. You know, I'm thinking long term, even outside the rest of the year. Danny kind of mentioned it. They should be favored week in and week out for the rest of the season. But how big of a win is this for Brent Venables and his staff going into the SEC? Texas kind of had their moment against Alabama on the road in Tuscaloosa. It was a huge win as they go into 2024. For Brent Venables, in the same game, you got beat 49-0 the year before. This is a huge win, and it's going to have huge recruiting implications as well. These guys go head-to-head. You best believe Brent Venables is going to use this. This is going to be something that's coming up a lot the rest of the year.
Well, I mean, it's great for recruiting, but now you're being hunted. This is a team that last year, like you said, lost 49-0. Right now, they got to figure out, where are we, who are we, and can we keep this momentum moving forward? And with that quarterback play and how physical that they were on both sides of the ball, this is a team that in a couple of weeks, they'll be up for the conversation of being in the top 4.
Danny, we talked before this game about Texas and how they were in your college football playoff bracket, at least at the moment before kickoff. Does this loss push them out of that conversation, you think?
No, in the immediate term, yes, but they're not going to go anywhere because, again, the Big 12 is struggling outside of Oklahoma and Texas. We're looking at their schedule. You know, all these teams, again, another slate where Texas will be double-digit favorites. So they already have the feather in their cap with the win over Alabama on the road. That's one of the best wins in the country. You can't take away that. And then they'll have an opportunity for a rematch where they could avenge this loss that we've seen. We've seen that happen before. So Texas, it's a devastating loss. You know, you don't love the way it unfolded, but if you're Steve Sarkisian, you go in and tell your team, we can still accomplish every goal that we set at the beginning of the season. We can still win the Big 12. We can still get in the playoffs. We just have to handle our business from here on out, and they can get better. The thing is, you've got to match the physicality of what Oklahoma did. That defense has to correct their issues. The offense, the center was banged up. He was out, so maybe you get healthy, you can go there. But if they play Oklahoma again, they better be ready for a physical fight because they didn't look prepped early in that game. Looked a little shell-shocked early and never really recovered.
Yeah, no ranked teams left on the schedule. You look at Texas' schedule there. I mean, I think the biggest thing for them, you're probably rooting for Alabama right now in College Station, right? That is the most impressive win that they have on the resume. So for Texas, I think the path forward for them, win out, you get a chance at Oklahoma, maybe again in the Big 12 title game, win that game, just take care of business. But they got to take it week by week now.
Well, I mean, Texas, you're looking at yourself saying, okay, we just lost this game. It's just one. Like one of a lot of games left. So go back home, hit the reset button, and figure out how to get back Quinn Ewers playing good football, get that defense back to playing physical, because they did play physical against Alabama and the team before. So they can do it. It's just a matter of now saying, don't look at the whole entire schedule. Just look at the next game ahead, and they'll be perfectly fine. Long season.
All right, you're right, though. It is a long season. This is one loss for Texas, which is so strange when we talk about these teams. Just one loss for Texas. Meanwhile, Oklahoma stays unbeaten. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, for your insight. One final look at that box score before we go. It's always an exciting time at the Cotton Bowl for this game, but Oklahoma gets back on top. They avenge that 49-0 blowout from last season and win this one 34-30.